Hey, my Aries babe, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do this makeup look on my client. Obviously, we're going to start with always prepping the skin. Make sure that the skin is hydrated and very glowy because you don't want, well, in this case, I didn't want my client to have dry skin so I just wanted to hydrate it as much as possible. So I'm using the Bobbi Brown. I'm using Kiehl's for the underneath the eyes and Iconic for that glowing moment. I'm using the Laneige sleeping mask to really hydrate and plump the lips. Honey, let's get into it. So I'm using this Chestnut by Born This Way. I failed. I should have used a lighter one. I'm going to explain it later on why. But here I am using my Morphe brushes. Use 20% off with my affiliate code. And I'm really setting it into the face. As you can see, the concealer is a tad bit more darker than her skin tone. And I wanted the eyeshadow to pop. But I just had to move on. Here I'm using the Fenty Translucent in Banana. And I am just setting the eyes as well. I'm trying to still get to, like, if I want to prep and powder the eyes before applying any eyeshadow, I'm still working those kinks out. But I'm using the Makeup by Mario palette. I'm using this shade here as the overall, but as you can see, you could barely see it simply because of the concealer shade that I used. I taped down the sides simply because I wanted to have that winged eyeliner look. I'm using this darker brown to really create like a cut crease moment and just going back and forth to build it up. Start small and then build up later. Don't start with a lot of product because it's easier to add than remove. Then here I'm using that shade to really get in there as well. You could see that it's getting a cut crease beautifully. And I'm using the Anastasia brush. Is very fluffy and I'm able to use it as much as I can. Back and forth motions, windshield wiper motion. Then I'm going to go with this shade right here with the same fluffy side. And I just want to darken the crease that she has already outlined. Again, the tape is helping me really get into it. And then I'm back and forth, windshield wiper motions. Then I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to smoke out that line, but with the opposite side of that brush. So you can see I'm just flickering it. I'm not using too much because I'm going to build up later. So I'm just tightening up the waterline like that. The tape is actually helping me where I want to stop and everything. Then I'm going to take the same side of the brush, but a black shadow. I gotta be honest. Restarting to learn makeup again to me has been very, I don't want to say challenging, but it is challenging because I know how to do makeup on myself. On other clients is a little bit more difficult, skin tone, undertones, etc. So here I am taking the other side of the fluffy brush to really fluff it out. And then I'm going to take these two lighter shades to basically cut it out without a concealer. Going back to what I was saying, it's very much difficult when you started off new and taking clients. You really have to understand the undertones and everything, what works and what doesn't work. I'm still learning the kinks, but I am a great makeup artist and I will be a great makeup artist. Like, that's why I'm learning every day, taking classes and just learning on myself, practicing, because I do want to be better. As I record more and take on more clients, I'm able to analyze and see where I messed up, where I could have done better. And yeah, that's the whole point of you learning. For me, it's not a hobby. It's like a career for me because I love makeup. So I get to learn every single day. And I'm super grateful for all the clients that God has put in my path. So yeah, I wanted to go very minimalist with the eye look because my client loves makeup, but doesn't like too much drastic and drama like me on the other hand. And I really like to take my time because I don't want to mess up anything that I already had on the lids. So I'm taking the Sigma Shimmer, forgot the name, but oh my god, look how buttery she is. The camera's not doing justice, but in person it looks super, super great. And I'm using my fingers because I feel like you can deposit more of the shade versus a brush. It's gonna move everywhere, it's gonna like dust everywhere versus you using a finger. Now I'm using the Anastasia Dip Pomade in dark brown, and I am using an angled brush by Morphe as well. Once again, 20% off with my affiliate code on my website and my IG. So I'm really just outlining what she already has and going in. I don't like to take a lot of product. As you can see, it's in the back of my hand, and I use whatever's on the back of my hand to really go into it. Eyebrows for me is such a difficult step in the makeup look because everybody eyebrows are so different. Some are thin, thick. So don't worry, guys. I'm learning and I'm practicing. So yeah, I'm just getting really in there, taking my time step by step. I don't like to draw that single eyeliner how we used to, like that single line that we used to do back in 2016. I'm really taking my time with the eyebrows simply because the eyebrows, to be honest with you, can either make or break your makeup wholeheartedly. Fluffing it out as much as I can, really taking my time and making like hair strokes on her front part. My sister has beautiful eyebrows. To be honest, I envy them, but they're nice and elongated with a nice little arch towards the end of the tail. Love that. My eyebrows can never, but yeah. My client is my sister. Yes, she does pay me, just in case. But I like to create that tail. Honestly, I like to use a pencil on her simply because the pomade, I feel like it was too heavy. Now I'm using this e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel just to really stick it in. First of all, I don't like it. I would not recommend it. It smudges, so now I know. Now I'm removing the tape. You see that sharpness? Now I'm using this NARS foundation in Tahoe. This is her foundation, her shade, and I'm using a Real Technique brush to apply it with, and I'm really dabbing it in like swiping motion, but really dabbing it in as much as I can. And I'm using this Brooklyn Opal in Chestnut to carve out her cheekbones. My sister has beautiful cheekbones. Honestly, like her face is so pretty. And I love the chestnut color on her skin for bronzing. Now I'm using this e.l.f. Pink blush, but it's more on like a pinker side. And I'm just really dabbing it in. Obviously, blending is key, so make sure that you guys are always blending. Now I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way in the color Sand, and this is going to be like the brightening to conceal under her eyes. I like to put it in the back of my hand because, hello, hygienic reasons. If your makeup artist is not doing that, then I don't know what to tell you. She's applying it directly from the applicator. Bueno. So yeah, I'm going to take the Morphe brush and just put the concealer where I want the concealer to be. Everything that you do, the placements is with intentions. Here, I'm just placing it underneath the eyes and then putting it right there with that sharp eyeshadow wing is at to make it more sharper. I love that blush with the concealer look. I don't know. I'm not a clean girl makeup. I am a full glam, over the top, very dramatic, but I know that some people don't love that vibe or that style. So yeah, I'm just going here and I'm gonna obviously put it in the places that I want to hit the highlight points. So underneath the eyes, the bridge of the nose, the middle of the forehead, Cupid's bow, on the chin and on the sides to just clean up. If the contour just went too low, just clean it up as much as I can. And instead of blending with a brush like I would normally do, again, I'm still experimenting with the type of techniques and brushes that I use. I'm using a puffer to really blend out the concealer, and I really loved it. I just have to really keep testing it on other clients as well to see, and on myself just to see if I like it. But it gives me that more precise and placement that I love to see. In the concealer part, I love to take my time because I'm intentional with my placement, how I want to do it, where it's going to stay focused on, and really just be gentle. Sometimes I be rough on myself. Like, I don't be rough on my clients, but I be rough on myself. Here I have her looking up. My sister has a problem. She cannot stay looking up for some odd reason. She's one of my hardest clients, but I guess. But yeah, just really dabbing it in. I could have went more with more concealer to really brighten it up, but I was just testing the water. Here I am using the Banana Shade translucent powder by Fenty, the same one that I use on her lids, and I'm really setting it in. I noticed that it looked too yellow. Again, I am just tapping into my artistry, and I'm learning. So yeah, I'm really just making sure that I take my time to really press in those powders in all the areas that I am concealing. You want to make sure that every time you use cream, you set it with powders. If you are a dry type of girly, I would recommend using a little bit less powder, not really bake, simply because your skin will look too dry and patchy. Versus an oily girl like me, I am very oily and I need to not overly, but really set my powders. So we're going to take the Morphe in that color and then just bronze up everywhere that I use the contour, because again, I am setting so it doesn't move around. And I'm doing the nose right here. And then I am now I'm using the powder to brighten in the middle. And I'm using the One Size powder melt to really drench the skin so it looks super hydrated and juicy and plump, as if we didn't even use powder to set anything, baby. Now I'm taking this MAC lip liner in Chestnut, my favorite lip liner, and outlining her lips, really getting into it and following the natural Cupid's bow, the outline of her lips. My clients don't like to overline their lips, which is obviously good. I don't do that on myself either, but I love those type of clients. I be like, yes, girl, overline me, love that. So really getting into it, shading it in, and making sure that it looks nice and well put together. Here I'm taking Juvia's lipstick in Mademoiselle, putting it in the center with a disposable wand. Now I'm using a 99-cent gloss, to be honest, and just really melting it into the lips with my Morphe flat brush and really taking my time. I love doing the lips last simply because I can really play around with it. And it ties up the look all together, honestly. Like, that's tea, right? Now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and I'm using the One Size in brown sugar to really add that shimmer. I love to add shimmer. I love glitter. Like, I miss glitter, baby. Do you see this makeup look? Like, what? Now I'm using this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin setting spray, and I'm really drenching her so it can lock in and really plump it up. Now I'm gonna use this MAC eyeliner in black to smoke out that bottom liner. just so everything could look so cohesive and well put together. My client doesn't like lashes, just an FYI. And I didn't have mascara. Need to purchase. Now I'm gonna go back to my palette and use that brown shade that we used earlier underneath to really smoke it out and give her that look. I didn't want to add black because I didn't want it to look too darkish. This is still a bridal look, or even a full glam look, to be honest, however you prefer. Yeah, so I'm just going back and forth to ensure that everything is blended well to put together. And my sister just keeps looking around like, girl, I asked you to stay focused. Yeah, look at her. So yeah, and this is the final look, guys. Oh, I did the hair as well. That's already on my Instagram video. Look at her posing for me. Oh, that makeup looks so good. Thank you guys for watching. Follow my Instagram and TikTok at Aries Studios with 2 S's at the end, and book me. Yeah, because I really do be eating. Stop playing with me. Bye. Love you guys.